We live in a very fast-paced world. We're all busy. We all got things going on. And you show up to an event and there goes your gift bag with, the limp tissue paper that's probably been crushed. When people receive that, they're gonna rush right through it, open it, great, thanks. The event is over. The event of actually the gift giving is over. The best compliment that we get from our clients is they didn't even want to open it. And what a testament to that moment in time where it's so fast-paced. Everything's in the blink of an eye. Insta this, insta that. There's your recipient just looking at this being like, wow, this is beautiful. You thought of me enough to hire this professional to create this masterpiece for me. Yeah, it just forces people to slow down and really enjoy that moment in time.
We're discovering all things wedding, from Will You Marry Me to You May Kiss the Bride. I'm your host, Andrea. Welcome to the Bridal Club. Hi, welcome to another episode of Bridal Club. Today, we're talking about the art of gift wrapping. I have a fun story. So you and I actually met a few months ago. You hired my preservation company to do some very meaningful flowers to you. And as a thank you, basically you sent 2 gifts that were stunningly wrapped. They left great impressions on my entire team and I. To this day, we keep talking about him. So because of that, I learned Anita owns Dallas Gift Wrap Creations here in Dallas. Another fun fact is that if you are a Swiftie, you probably know about the gift that Taylor Swift received from the Chiefs. She's behind it too. So help me welcome Anita so she can tell us all the tea on everything and tell me more about how you started this company.
Yes, thank you. So I founded the company in 2016 because I saw that there was a need in the market for a pickup and delivery gift wrapping service. I feel that we live in a day and age where everything gets delivered, from your laundry detergent, gifts, whatever it is. And I thought, why do people need to leave their home to get a beautiful gift wrapped? It doesn't really make any sense. So I kind of went for it, and it's been a whirlwind to say the least, but here we are.
Can you tell us a little bit more of when you came to the United States and how you actually started the seed that planted this?
Yes, absolutely. So my family and I immigrated from former Yugoslavia. We immigrated during a time when the Civil War was going on, and my dad put my mom and I on the last plane out of the country, and we're very fortunate and blessed to have gotten out. And, being here in the States was a struggle. I mean, my parents went from being highly educated, successful people to cleaning houses and doing construction, So I think at a very young age, at 6 years old, I went from spoiled little child to, oh my gosh, life is real. So, but my parents have always instilled in me work ethic, and anything you set your mind to, you can accomplish. Fast forward many years, went to college, graduated, and I was living in Dallas, and I was in real estate at the time. I love all my realtor friends out there, but it just was not for me. I wasn't from Dallas. I wasn't saturated in the community. It was a door I was knocking on that wasn't, quite frankly, opening, at the speed or pace that I would have wished it was. It was 2016, and all my clients were like, we're not doing anything until we see what happens with the election. We're going to hold off. And it's like, well, we can't wait a year for y'all to, buy something. So it was, going into October, November, and I was really like, what gifts do I have? What can I use that I currently have to do something? And kind of prayed on it, and this popped into my head, and things unfolded very quickly in the beginning. I mentioned, I want to do gift wrapping to one of my friends, and he put me in touch with my very first client, and we made it through that season with just one client. And I rolled into January being like, is this going to be seasonal? Is this a hobby, or is there really a market for this? And the next thing you know, that client called about birthdays and other events and things, and I was like, okay, I think we've got something here.
Can we talk about the Taylor Swift gift, please?
Yes. What else do you want to know?
Everything.
Yes. Our clients, Tavia Hunt and her family, we worked with them before. They're absolutely wonderful. And they reached out on a Friday at 4:30, as most of our clients do, being like, so, hey, we need a gift wrapped, and it's for Taylor Swift, and we need it tomorrow. So it was very exciting. We scheduled a pickup for Saturday morning, picked it up as we do with all of our clients. When I was picking up from Tavia, I had asked her, do you want it to be Chiefs inspired? What colors? Because it's a double-edged sword. We love the clients that are like, everything you do is great, just go for it. That's amazing, but it's also like, well, you've got infinite possibilities. Yes. So she said, everything you do is wonderful, so whatever you want to do. So we got back to the store, and we're like, Okay, what's your favorite color?
No pressure.
No pressure, exactly. We spent, I would say, 90% of the time working on this project, looking at her Instagram, pulling up, getting images and things, trying to get quotes. We found a quote that her favorite color was purple, but that was from like 10 years ago. It's such an honor to wrap for her, and it's like, how do you show that in this hopefully masterpiece that we designed?
Yeah. And I love that you said masterpiece. I mean, it was on every news outlet out there.
Yes,
it went viral. My
yes,
God.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was wonderful. So we really pulled from our Instagram. We saw a lot of purples and pinks, and we went with the most exquisite paper we have, which is actually a Swedish paper. Went with it. I was like, this is the time to go all out for it,
100%. Can we ask what's inside?
Yes.
We can?
Yes. Yes.
What was it?
It was a Judith Lieber microphone clutch purse.
Oh, wow.
It's about this big, but I mean, just blindingly, bedazzled and gorgeous. So yeah.
Oh my God.
It was wonderful.
That is so fun. So I actually hired you to work, and we said girl math, because since you hired me first and then I hired you to even out.
Yeah, evened out. It's all good.
I hired you to do my vendor gifts because my wedding vendors, as you guys know through this podcast, they're amazing and went above and beyond for me and the wedding, stunning. And I wanted to thank them. Of course, we tip them and stuff, but I wanted to thank them with something that was meaningful to us. And so Kate Weiser actually is Justin's favorite chocolates, and we had them custom made for our wedding, with our wedding colors and stuff like that. So it made the perfect sense for us to send them that to them. But I didn't want to just buy a bag and send them, So of course I was like, I need to hire you. It's going to make an impression. And of course it did. I mean, every single vendor sent me pictures of when they received the present, So tell me more about what you did for me. And then obviously what it's like to work with you.
Yeah. Well, first I want to back up and say, I'm so grateful that you called me back that day. So my mother passed away in June, and she happened to have sent me some flowers about a week and a half, 2 weeks before she passed away. I remember just sitting there looking at them, and I'm like, okay, well, the life is showing on them. They're gonna go away soon. And I looked up your Instagram, and I left this voicemail of just sobbing. I don't even think I could get the words out. And I also DM'd y'all, and I'm like, this person's gonna think I'm absolutely nuts. But lo and behold, your team reached out to me the next day, and I mean, everything from the process was just incredible, to the communication. And then when you and I met and had lunch and you gave them to me, I mean, it's the most precious thing. I feel like I've been able to cherish for the rest of my life a piece of her, something that she had given me. And it's so special.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, no, it was wonderful. Like I said, I was shocked. I was like, surely this person is not going to call me back after that voicemail I just left. But no, it was just wonderful. And I look at them every day and I think of her. And so, we started that way. So when you reached out to do your vendor gifts, I was like, well, absolutely, obviously. And then you decided to challenge us, and you're like, I want black on black. So I get back to the team and I'm like, okay, so formal, obviously, but she said black on black, but it's wedding thank you gifts. And I was like, okay, I mean, we can do that. We can get a black paper. That's no problem. But I kept wanting to really kind of push the envelope as far as what we can do. Because surely you can take black paper, put black ribbon on it, and call it a day. But I was like, no, we really need to make this Andrea. When people see it, I want them to know it's from her. So we started looking at your logo, the pictures you sent me, and your gorgeous flower, the anemone, yes, that one, the black and white one. And we were like, how do we incorporate that into the design? And then, I'm very grateful for my team for, really pushing themselves, thinking outside of the box. But it was like, how do we include this into the paper? Also, we had a very short turnaround time. So there really wasn't time for us to be like, okay, let's just order a custom paper, be done with it. We saw options that were a white background with the black flower on it, but I was like, she specifically said black on black. So we really just made sure to really just go above and beyond for you. And, we're able to add the flower. We actually pressed the flower on after the fact, after we wrapped it. I mean, and then there's all these questions like, this is our first time doing it. What's going to happen to the box underneath? Because we're like, we don't want the box to start curling with the heat. There's all these things that, we had to consider to make sure that we really just made it you. And I'm so proud of that project, because I feel like we really we captured you.
Yeah, we really did. And the wedding, and everybody who received the gifts, which Vicky right there behind the camera, she did. I mean, it was obvious who this was from and what it was about, I mean, obvious. So
yes,
so you
and
guys
it's so important. To your point, I mean, we have people that do things for us all the time, and yes, tipping is important by all means.
Yeah,
please tip always. But it's that extra step and that extra effort that says, I really care about you, and I took the time to think about you.
Exactly.
So
impressions do last. they really do last.
Yes.
I mean, as I said, we keep talking about those chocolates that you send, and of course, I mean, I was so amazed by it that I reached out to you.
Yes.
And also, we actually play a fun game during Christmas, and we've been doing this in my family for years. So what my family typically does is like they put the coolest gifts in the ugliest wrapping because nobody's gonna pick them, and the prettiest wrapping everybody goes for them is like something like nothing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I mean, whether people like it or not, first impressions do matter, and great impression with a gift is by hiring you.
Absolutely. And, when you're talking about a lot of the clients that we work with, they already have everything. Even if it's a corporate client or whatever, they're gifting to people that already have everything. And you think about it, they don't need any more pens. No offense to anyone. They don't need any more pens with your logos on it and things like that. So it's really, how do you elevate the experience for them from start to finish? And it starts with the outside. If you're a company, you're trying to brand yourself, you can certainly brand the outside of the packaging. But we've also found that beyond corporate trying to brand their presentation to reflect them is if you take the time to find out what that client really appreciates and capturing that, whether it's a favorite color. I mean, if they like butterflies, peacocks, like that's that extra touch that, like you said, people are going to remember.
Yes, absolutely. And then for me, it was so convenient. You took care of everything.
Yes.
I mean, from wrapping it to actually delivering it to main.
Yes, we delivered everything, and we are pickup and delivery service. The point really is, if you're at home, if you're traveling, if you're in your office, it doesn't matter. We pick up all their items from you, come back, design, wrap. We can also ship out on your behalf. We direct deliver to people in DFW. We also travel for on-site events. So there's a wide scope of things that we can do. And then for people that shop with Highland Park Village, for example, or North Park, we work very closely with those retailers and are able to pick up directly from them. So think about it. You're at home, or your assistant is shopping for you. They purchased it. They list us as the pickup person. We pick it up, wrap it, and then the magic happens. So,
amazing.
Yeah.
How fast should people book you, or how much ahead of time? Because I'm thinking like for Christmas, you're probably crazy busy.
Yes. So we start booking for Christmas of that year in June. Yeah, Christmas is far away, but it's really a 3-week runway that you're working with. You're dealing with, clients that are traveling, that have, they're hosting events, those dates, they know them well in advance. So it really helps us to, get those kind of core clients, if you will, on the books. We do make exceptions. We can do, same day turnaround, but, really after December 1st, you need to have booked well in advance. So.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. Yeah. What are some misconceptions that you know about gift wrapping? And kind of like we touched base on that already, but if you have anything else.
Again, we live in a very fast-paced world. We're all busy. We all got things going on. You might have kids and 5 different plays to go through this week and play dates and all that stuff. And you show up to an event and there goes your gift bag with, the limp tissue paper that's probably been crushed. When people receive that, they're going to rush right through it, open it. Great, thanks. The event is over. The event of actually the gift giving is over. With our gifts, first of all, they're a little bit hard to open, and we take pride in that. So the best compliment that we get from our clients is they didn't even want to open it. And what a testament to that moment in time where it's so fast paced. Everything's in the blink of an eye, insta this, insta that, but there's your recipient just looking at this being like, wow, this is beautiful. And it's not even necessarily credit to us. It's a credit to the client saying, you thought of me enough to hire this professional to create this masterpiece for me. Yeah, it just forces people to slow down and really enjoy that moment in time. It's such a nod to, in many ways a lost art and a time when things were a little bit slower. And then also back to your misconceptions is the cost of gift wrapping. And I think the days of $10, $15 gift wrapping are long gone. I mean, you can't even get a decent greeting card for $10 these days. How much do you think it's worth for me to get in my car and my gas, my time to come get your gift, learn all about you, come back to the store, design from infinite possibilities, bring it back to you, deliver on your behalf or ship it out? That's not going to be a greeting card price tag on that.
Yeah, but again, you go back to it being art.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. When I think of gift wrapping and what we do, I don't think of crafting. I think of art. I think of masterpiece.
Yeah, thank you for saying that, because believe it or not, even for preservation, like flower preservation, people it's like, oh, it's a fun craft. I'm like, no.
Yeah, no, this is a full-blown business. Yes. So, and I think that, especially clients working with us for the first time, there's a little bit of a learning curve because there is a lot of a conversation that happens. Sometimes people reach out and they're like, I want to drop off and I want to pick. And we're like, well, nothing to pick from. It's not like a mall where we've got 3 options and that's what you're going to get. Nothing wrong with that. It's just we're not that service.
Yeah.
So, everything that we do is custom. It's really understanding who our client is, who our recipient is, the occasion, and then how do we take, the thousands of possible combinations and really create a work of art for them that's going to make that lasting impression.
Love that. Can we tie this to weddings? How can people use you
Yes.
for their wedding?
I see it all the time. We see, people, giving favors and things, not knocking anybody's favors at all. But, again, it goes back to that branded opportunity.
Yeah.
And I think I can share with you, what we did for our wedding was, we did favors at everybody's place setting. On top of the monogram napkin, on top of this exquisite table scape, you want to add something else that's fun. It doesn't have to be big, but we wrap it, exquisitely, and then we tie in the monograms. With enough notice, especially for weddings, we can even do the custom, the couple's monogram and things like that. I mean, we just take it to a whole nother level, and that's something that guests appreciate.
And I'm actually glad you spoke about the monogram, because for my gifts, you actually added some charms.
Yes.
And they were stunning.
Yes.
I mean, Chanel vibes.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's all about understanding who you are, what your desired outcome is, and the effect you're trying to have on people. And like I said, when you and I spoke, regardless of the fact that I'd worked with you before for your, floral preservation, we still did our legwork to, look at the pictures you sent, look at your Instagram, see what you're wearing, see, obviously your logo is a dead giveaway, but, you have a certain stunning, elegant, vibe. And that's what we wanted to really encapsulate. And I like to tell people we're a blank canvas. It doesn't matter the colors I like, that I don't like. It's about you, your guests, and what you're trying to accomplish.
I love how passionate you are about this. I really love that. And it's crazy that you've been doing this for so long. What is it, like 8
Going
years?
on 8 years, yeah. Lord knows there are hard days. And I think that if you're going into it, into entrepreneurship, being like, I'm doing it to make money and I'm doing it to work less than 9 to 5, try again. I mean, you're going to be working much more for a lot less in the beginning. But, you have to be passionate about it, because on the days when it's really hard, unless you really love it and believe in it, unless you have that conviction in your soul, it's going to be very hard to push through those hard days.
So how can people connect with you and hire you?
Yeah, so our website, giftwrapcreations.com, is a great place to go and book. Click the book now button. You can also follow us on IG at Dallas Gift Wrap Creations. We do ask, please don't DM us on Instagram to try and book. It's just we miss it sometimes, and it ends up in the request folder and we don't see it. So that's the best way. You can always call us or text us at 214-298-1870.
Awesome. Thank you so much for doing this.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Learn about all things wedding straight from the experts. Be sure to like and subscribe to Bridal Club.